Well, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Mick and the Fat Man, Series 5, episode number 12. G'day Mick, happy rock and roll to you, sir, and how are you travelling?
Mate, I'm, as usual, living the dream. We're sitting here, and unusually for this winter in Sydney, it's a lovely sunny day, it's warm. In fact, even outside, it's nice. There's not too much of a wind. You know, we may be past the worst of it.
I've even got 93% on my battery from charging from the sunshine.
What? Have you got a solar bunghole thing?
I've got a solar bunghole, and the solar bunghole's at 93%.
Excellent.
So we're generating power, mate. We're contributing. In fact, we'll be contributing power back into the grid in a minute. That's exciting, isn't it?
I can't wait.
I know. I know you're going to be very excited.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're having a good day. Having a good day electrical-wise.
Oh, I wish I'd known about the electrical. It would have made my day even better.
Do you want to go outside? If you stand outside, you can look at the solar panels and maybe wander around the house and count them.
The ones on the roof, yes.
You can count them just for fun.
Well, I can count them from here.
It's very exciting.
1, 2...
Oh, yeah, but you've got to go around to the front to count the ones on the front as well.
Bloody hell.
They're everywhere.
You're multi-solar.
We've got everything, mate. We are solar happy.
I'll tell you what, if you listen to half of the idiot right-wing politicians in Australia, it's too expensive to have
solar.
Renewable, yeah, and coal is the only cost-effective power generation source in Australia. And
I believe that.
I think that's extraordinary. Yeah?
And the thing, the country they often quote is how China is, not using renewables. In fact, they have more renewables than any other country in the world, and they are installing more renewables than any other country in the world. And I was just looking on, guess where?
YouTube?
Oh, well done. I don't know how you figured that out, but I was looking at the Shanghai Motor Show. And
is that run on solar?
Yes, basically, because it had more electric cars than you would know, and basically the vast majority for the Chinese market, the Chinese domestic market, not for the overseas, even though we will get a fair few of them over here with some weird fucking names. But, they had the Shanghai Motor Show took you around about 2 days to get round, and pretty much 90% of it was electric cars.
Isn't that extraordinary?
It's just insane. And then I was looking at we've started making our own solar panels in Australia. There was a company, and the government's actually chipped in a bit of extra money so they can upgrade their facilities and all that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, they're up against a fully automated plants in China that churn out 10 times what they can churn out in a year. They can do it in a day, basically. Or
I'd say so, yeah.
Fully automated, like no one touches anything. It just gets manufactured in a...
Well, you don't want anybody touching anything.
No, don't touch anything.
Don't touch that.
Don't
touch that button.
Don't touch it. Don't touch me there. Anyway, so Shanghai, we're going to be seeing all sorts of weird and wonderful bloody cars coming, because there's like just weird names of cars coming into Australia over the next 18 months or so. You'll see weird cars, and they'll be down to like $20,000.
Yeah. It's and despite all of the numbnuts who are saying, "Oh, we don't want chargeable things in car parks," and how can that be? The best one I've heard is if you run a charger from your house, how can that be cheaper than?
Oh yeah, how could it be? I don't know.
I don't know.
How could it? No idea. You're better off with fuel.
Yeah.
That's what you're better off with, Mick.
I'm actually thinking of digging up bits of the road, so we've got the tar, and cutting down trees and setting fire to that and throwing the tar on it.
Right.
To offset some of these idiots who are doing electrical cars.
Yeah, no, it's good.
How dare they? We want some real live pollution.
We need pollution back into our lives.
Absolutely.
And we're just wasting time. I mean, I go out to Walera, where I've got my little caravan out there. And there used to be a perfectly good operating coal-fired power station. They've shut it down.
How dare they?
You know what they're going to put there? Solar panels.
Not solar panels.
Fucking solar panels.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You go out near Ningen,
Yes.
And they've got a huge paddock there of solar panels.
Yeah.
God, it's impressive.
It's a lot. They're big. They're big. There's just so much of the shit going around the place. But anyway, I've got my own little solar panels on my roof, and it's very exciting.
Yep.
Anyway, Mick, what
you need on your roof, I want to see some propellers up there. I want to see some turbines. Just strap them on to your rafters.
Yeah. All right. Get one, a couple of big ones.
Yeah, well, 100 feet up in the air.
The Scots.
There's no feet anymore.
They got some
30 metres up in the air.
They got some big ones in Scotland. We can get one of those.
Well, Trump's going to annex Scotland and get rid of those. Thank God.
Jeez, they're unsightly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Give me a good bloody coal-fired power station look at any day.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is that, you know how Texas is so aligned with everything that anything stupid that's happening in the US, Texas wants a piece of it.
Yep.
Amarillo is in Texas, and it's got. When I rode into Amarillo a few years back, and the whole place for, I don't know, guessing 30, 40, 50 miles out is turbines.
Really?
Paddocks full of bloody turbines. It looks fantastic. And the whole city is run by turbines.
Oh, well, show me the way to Amarillo, I say.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so Mick, what have you been up to of late? Anything going on in the Mick house that we need to know about?
Nothing especially. I mean, no one's died. Yeah, thank God.
Oh, that's handy. I saw. We were just talking about old Trumpy boy. He got Colbert sacked in the States for his after.
He's probably going to come to regret that.
I think Colbert is kind of almost. He sort of pointed out that Paramount basically gave Trump $32 million for no real reason.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah,
because they edited an interview, like with Camilla Harris, like you do with every interview, you edit them.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they just said, "Oh, look, have 32 mil." And Colbert made some sort of suggestion that, in fact, it was a bribe.
I think that's outrageous.
Got the sack, though.
But why on earth there must be something that we don't know about? Why is the timing, he's not gone until May next year?
They don't want to pay him out.
Well, and surely...
You would, though, wouldn't you? After seeing what he's getting crazier and crazier.
What he's doing and can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite extraordinary.
I just... And then, Colbert, he makes all these terrible things. And who's the biggest thing they just bought recently? South Park.
Oh, isn't that extraordinary, that South Park stuff?
Yeah, so they basically have redone... Have you seen, so way back, they actually did Saddam Hussein sleeping with Satan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's so funny.
So
I've even seen it on your favourite channel, YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Satan. I'm not interested.
Very funny. Very funny. And of course, the right wing, I guess, that you call them in America, says, South Park's irrelevant and they're not funny.
That's right.
Why are they upset about it?
Don't worry about it. Even though they just made, they get $27 billion.
$1.5 billion contract with Paramount.
With Paramount.
Yeah.
He sacked Colbert.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's all funny.
Anyway, Colbert shows can be fun. He had old Weird Al Yankovic on recently. Did you see that?
I did. That was so funny. Yeah. Weird Al. I mean, he featured two of our favourite things on the one episode. Weird Al and Coldplay. There's a combination that just keeps on giving.
Any better.
Did you get did you have a watch? Did you get the script? Did you get what they actually said?
I did. Yeah. I did. So, tell me what they said.
Well, Colbert said, hey, I want to introduce someone who I know you love, Weird Al Yankovic. And so Weird Al comes out, and Colbert says, what song are you going to do? And Weird Al says, we're going to do some Coldplay. And Colbert says, great, so you got a funny parody? And Weird Al says, No, I can't think of anything funnier than Coldplay. Came out and his accompanist, whose name I didn't get, said, "Hey, this isn't about us. Can we get some shots of the audience having a great time?" And they had the studio
cam.
audience, stacked with celebrities.
That's right. That's right. Jimmy Kimmel's there.
Yeah.
And
Whole lot of people who weren't celebrities to us, but they were obviously well known. So it was all referencing the Kiss Cam thing, including pictures of Trump in the audience
with Epstein.
Is that what it was? I missed that.
Yeah,
yes, of course.
It was with Epstein.
Yes. No, look, Coldplay, the gift that keeps on giving.
And the thing was that I loved after that couple who got caught kiss camming in whatever game it was.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wherever the concert was with Coldplay. The talk afterwards was that's hilarious. Coldplay haven't had a single in 20 years, and now they've got two.
There's some clever people to come up with one-liners like that. I love it. I love it.
That's great. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Now, got to go. I found this, Mick. I know you're gonna love this. And we got to be quick. We've got to be really quick. Michael Flatley's coming back to Australia.
Wow, he of the tappy shoes.
He's doing Lord of the Dance tour. It's coming back to Australia. It's going to be at the International Convention Centre, September 6th. So we've got to get in quick to get some tickets. But I did find this.
According to Chandler, what phenomenon scares the bejesus out of him?
Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance.
That is correct. The Irish jig guy? His legs flail about as if independent from his body.
What's that from, Friends?
Friends.
Oh, dear, yeah.
I have no idea how old it is. It looks very old. But, Michael,
you mean they're all alive?
Yeah. Michael, well, no, they're not. One is dead.
Yeah.
Not a drug overdose. We won't go into that too much. So Michael Flatley's coming out. So I know you do love a bit of a tap dance sort of routine with the arms not moving.
I do.
Just the legs.
Yeah. Well, I do that myself. I've been known to get out of the car at a set of traffic lights and
Jig around the car.
Jig around the car, just the legs.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been with you when you've done it.
I know it might seem a little bit embarrassing, but people appreciate it.
But the thing I really loved is you also had to get a couple of cappuccinos while you were doing it. It's fantastic. Anyway, Nick, now we need to have a bit of a look here. The Globite travel bag with its luxurious interior.
Yep.
It's bursting at the seams again. I'm just wondering, what could there be in there? Let's see if we can unlock its secrets. Try again. So, and one over there. And
Did you get the other one, the one you normally get caught with?
I always get caught with that one. And then there's one more round the back, which I don't often see, but there it is there. Okay, get her open. Oh, no. One. Oh, there it is.
There's bodies everywhere.
What do you got, mate? What do you got for us?
There's bodies.
Bodies?
Yeah. Look, we've discovered a few fallen heroes this year, but death of Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne, for those who've been under a rock for the last 6 weeks, made us think, let's do a show just about those who've passed away in recent times.
Rock and roll heaven just keeps getting better as our artists are passing away. But we remember then here with words of good cheer and a love that will not fade away.
Rock and roll heaven. I always find it interesting. Like we have a segment that we call "Knockin' on Heaven's Door," and I feel that so many of the artists that we refer to are never likely to get in. I feel they'll just be knocking.
Well, knock, knock, knocking. They'll just be knock, knock, knock.
So, before we get into those, so we'll go through some of the recent. Because I've been away for a while, there has been a bit of a pile up of dead bodies.
Well, look, this happens. A couple of years back, you went away in the middle of the year, and we came back, and it was the Leonard Cohen episode. You had so many, you couldn't. You just tapped them on the heads and said, "This one died. This one. This one. This one." Thanks. It was a 15-minute session. And all you did was mention their names.
Just mention dead people. Yeah. So this time, though, Mick, I've got the refrigerated truck out the front. And we'll be bringing them out and just showing them off on the YouTube channel. So here's Ozzy. He's looking okay. Had a heart attack, He's had a heart attack, and they actually did some CPR on him in the hospital. Apparently,
on Ozzy.
Apparently.
Oh no,
I sort of think
bit of a waste of time.
That's what I was thinking. It's the exact same thing. I don't think you're going to get him back.
No,
to be brutally honest, but. I thought for 1001 Albums That You Must Hear Before You Die, edited by Robert Dimery, I would go to page 198, where hidden away I would find an artiste by the name of Black Sabbath, who had an album by the name of Black Sabbath, which is 40 minutes and 16 seconds long, and was in fact an important album for the world of heavy metal.
Yes, and it was named after a movie called
Black Sabbath.
Yes.
And we're introduced to such notable people as Tommy Iommi.
I remember him.
Who had cut his fingers off on his last day of work. His last day, he was working at this place. He said to his mum, I'm not going to go today. It's my last day. Mum said, no, you go there. You go and you do your job. Got put on a machine that he never used before and cut 2 of his fingers off.
Oh, that'll do it every time.
On his left hand. So his ability to... Is he left hand or was his right hand? Can't remember now. Left hand?
Does it matter?
Well, it does. I think it's his left hand. Yes, his left hand. Because what it did meant that he was a rock guitarist, but he couldn't be the same rock guitarist. He didn't have the speed, because what he did, he made himself some rubber prosthetics to go on the end of his severed fingers, which weren't as strong as normal fingers. So he had to lower the tension on the strings, and he ended up with a different tuning. And he had to slow down because he couldn't move his fingers as quickly. Hence, we get the unique Tommy Iommi sound on Black Sabbath. Wow. I know.
Who'd have thought it? If only Tony Iommi had listened to his mum, we wouldn't be talking about Ozzy.
We wouldn't, because they would just have fallen into the mainstream of all the other rock bands that were around and not be unusual and different.
That's right.
And so Tommy's mum, thank you, whoever you are, for getting his fingers chopped off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Mick, tell me a little bit about Black Sabbath's very first album. From what year? Was it 1969? I didn't write it down. I think it's 1969 or 1970, one of the two.
Yeah, something like that, yes, yeah. Look, different completely. As you say, it introduced the term heavy metal. And now, if nothing else, that's what Black Sabbath has done for the world, introduced heavy metal, doom metal, anything that's got metal after it.
Yeah, and some sort of gothic-sounding word in front of it.
Absolutely. It's that's Black Sabbath, yeah. So Sabbath, Bill Ward, Tony Iommi, Ozzy Osbourne, who we'll talk a wee bit more about shortly, and Geezer Butler, of course, on bass.
Yes.
Yeah. How could you forget someone called Geezer?
Well, and someone who used to get set alight.
That was Bill Ward.
I thought it was Bill Ward by Tony Iommi.
Until Bill's mum
said, stop setting my son alight.
You bloody goober.
Stop setting my son on fire, Tony. Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
And the album is an interesting album in that when you listen to it, I don't immediately think heavy metal per se.
No, it's a bit doomy and gothy, but
yes,
yeah.
But I wouldn't regard it as being like what the genre developed into later.
That took their second album, which was only 4 months later.
Which was
a cracker of an album.
Fucking brilliant album.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't understand why. Anyway, this is the album that says Black Sabbath have launched into the world of heavy metal music and heavy rock and goth rock and whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But it's the next album that really sets the scene.
You couldn't have one without the other.
Sure.
Yeah, so this album, it starts 40 seconds of sound effects, sort of thunder and bit gloomy sort of sound effects before the guitar starts. And then Ozzy starts singing about a mysterious figure in black pointing and staring at him. And he just kept that up for the rest of his career.
In many cases, just looking in the mirror, as it turns out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, look at that bloke, he's eating a bat. Yeah. And then Osbourne says a couple of lines later in the same song, "Oh, God, no, please help me." Yeah. So it was more a scary album than a
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
than a music genre creating album. So I don't think it's a bad album. I enjoy listening to it, but if they'd not done Paranoid after it, we wouldn't be talking about this album.
I don't think so. I think they would have disappeared.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
they didn't really have the following. The album really became more famous after, like later, not sort of earlier on. I don't know. It's an interesting album, and it's an interesting diversion away from what was going on at the time. But at the time, you wouldn't have thought that was going to be as groundbreaking as it was. No, and in fact, some of the view of it was that it was a bit derivative. Yeah, it's referencing H.P. Lovecraft and like sort of Source, you mean? H.P. Source, not
H.P. H.P. Lovecraft, the Cult of Cthulhu and some of the horror stories.
Oh, sorry,
evil demons living in the walls. That sort of stuff.
Right? Yeah. But did they like H.P. Source?
No.
Right.
No. It's H.P. Source was what you would put around yourself to stop the demons getting you.
Like okay. Like garlic sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And you could have garlic with it.
Garlic, H.P. Source.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and they wrote another song on the same album, Black Sabbath, from the point of view of Lucifer.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, look, it viewed as a good album on release, viewed as certainly something that people haven't heard before. Iommi's very slow, almost strangled style of playing created that metal, the heavy metal style. And look, many of the elements that have become known as heavy metal were already being used in albums around this time by Deep Purple, by Zeppelin. So it was sort of viewed, those factors and those features were viewed as heavy rock. More than heavy metal. But once you started putting in, demonic figures and the gloom and the blackness and madness. So you go to the second album, which I know it sounds like a bit of a cop out to talk about Paranoid when the album we've got is Black Sabbath, but really they're two sides of the same piece of paper. You have Black Sabbath, good album, goodish album, but the one that really cracked it for Black Sabbath was Paranoid, and it couldn't have happened. Paranoid couldn't have happened without this album.
Yep, and this, and I think you're right. It's while other people were doing rock music, loud rock music.
Yep.
These guys brought the horror into it.
Yeah,
and that's the big thing that made it different.
Yeah, and where I say it was panned, it was certainly panned by critics because we've already had our comments about whether critics actually know anything about rock and roll.
No,
but it was released on Friday the 13th.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a bit labouring the point.
Yeah.
Songs about Lucifer and evil demons and H.P. Lovecraft on Friday the 13th.
Brilliant.
A joke album.
That's right. That's right. It's yeah. Anyway, it's a good album, but I've always been a big fan of Paranoid personally. That's always been my favourite, and songs like War Pigs and Iron Man and that sort of stuff, fantastic.
And
stuff.
Paranoid itself,
Which
is a cracker of a song.
Fantastic stuff. Anyway, that's great, Mick. Thank you very much for that. Now, we've decided we're going to be talking about. We've termed we've termed it "Knocking on Heaven's Door," which is basically the recent deaths of our fallen heroes of rock and roll. But the whole concept of the song "Knockin' on Heaven's Door" has a very interesting history, sir.
It does indeed, yeah. Look, when you said you'd like to do a full episode about the people who've died, I thought, well, certainly an increasing list at an increasing pace. So let's do that and pay tribute to a few people.
And we don't even look at the hip hop people that die.
Who die? That's a different list. It's much bigger. They've been drive-by shootings. Yeah, it's just crazy.
They have their own list in Wikipedia.
Yeah,
just hip hop artists that die. And that is brilliant, because the funny thing is we're looking at people that are dying in their 70s and 80s. That list is looking at people dying in their 20s and 30s.
For obvious reasons.
Yes. That's right. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, look, Knocking on Heaven's Door as a song, it's great for an episode title, and it's great for a segment, where we can Knocking on Heaven's Door, because these rock heroes are knocking on Heaven's door. Come on, Pete, let us in.
Yeah.
No,
you turn left, 180 degrees, off you go.
Yeah, off you go. St. Peter's got an Irish accent. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought?
Well, you know the Irish like.
Yeah. So the song itself is by Bob Dylan. It's from the movie Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. So it's
is that where it was first from? Was it?
Yeah. Oh. Dylan wrote the soundtrack for it.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
I don't think I want to either. I think it's a shit movie.
Yeah. I've got no intention of ever watching it. But the point is, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Pat Garrett, the sheriff, gets shot, and that's what that song's about. Okay. So we've talked in the past how some songwriters leave a lot of room in their songs for other people to cover.
Sure.
Sure. And some of our favourites to mention. There's far too many to be getting along with, but there's some. Bob Dylan is a cracker of an example. Warren Zevon, another of our favourites.
Yes.
Some covers of his stuff are really, really very good. I've heard another album of covers of Zevon's songs that weren't very good. So it really does prove that you need a bit of talent to throw into this cover as well. It can't be, I've got a good song. It doesn't matter what I do. It'll carry me through.
I just got to copy what Zevon did.
Yeah,
with my voice.
Well, maybe even that might help. But yeah, I won't labour that point. But I just listened to it. It's called "Hurry Home Early."
Yeah,
really bloody ordinary.
Very
ordinary indeed.
Why would they bother making it?
Because it was around the time, it was a year or two after Enjoy Every Sandwich.
Yeah, right.
And, we like Warren Zevon. And there's no doubt that the songs they picked are good ones. They're great Zevon songs, but not very good.
Yes.
Not the treatments. They're the kind you'd find in a cafe or a basement with a fella playing guitar or a woman playing guitar and just singing the song. And really, it struck me as expecting the song to do all the work.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Well,
but you've got to do your own work.
So if you get the opportunity to listen to that, don't.
Yeah. Save yourself a bit of time. Listen to Enjoy Every Sandwich instead. Anyway, Knocking on Heaven's Door is a song that is deceptively simple. As like a lot of Dylan songs. Dylan doesn't write complex songs. One of the people who've covered Knockin' on Heaven's Door is Brian Ferry.
Has he?
Yeah, he did an album called Dylan-esque, which is a whole album of his covers of Brian Ferry. Didn't do very well. And I think it's hilarious that someone who's not going to get a lot of covers of his own songs because they're too bloody overproduced and arcane and twist up their own fundamental, then turns around and does a cover of a whole lot of covers
of Dylan songs.
I mean, Hard Rain was a great cover, really very good, but the rest of the stuff, not so much. Anyway.
Because in fact, I think you'll find some people probably think that Ferry actually wrote hard rain.
Isn't that sad? That's very sad, yeah. Oh, maybe we could do an episode about that. I think we've done it, haven't we?
I think we've done similar.
Yeah.
You've done the
songs weren't original.
The covers that were more famous than the originals.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think there's
I
plenty.
don't
of
think
room,
we had that on it though.
plenty of room to come back to that later.
I think there is.
Yeah. As of this month, August 2025, there have been 304 covers of different styles and different durations and all sorts of things of this song, Knockin' on Heaven's Door.
Wow.
That's a nice little earner for Mr. Zim.
Wow.
304, and even if he only gets a few bob for each of those, and he wouldn't, and you'll find out why in a moment, it certainly lines his pockets, not to mention the other 1,000 songs.
What's he doing with himself at the moment?
Bob?
Yeah. Being grumpy?
Absolutely, yeah. He's certainly become the epitome of a grumpy old rock star.
Yeah.
Who's
he's
grumpy,
not alone.
Grumpy and contrary.
Yeah, well, he's not alone. We could put him in a room with a bunch of others,
and they'd all disagree with whatever the proposition was.
It'd be great to watch. It'd be fantastic to watch. Okay.
We've talked about some great covers of this song because it is. I really do think that he's done very well with this song because his songs are simple, musically simple. The lyrics are simple, but they've got great meaning hidden within the words.
The other thing with this song is that you can repeat the lines over and over again for about 10 minutes at the end.
If you want to.
With about 20 other musos, and they all sing their own little bit of it. And
that's one way of doing it.
There's been a lot of those at the end of concerts when a whole bunch of people have got up and they've all done this song, and everybody goes, and I go, no, and someone does something, knocking on heaven's door, and then someone go, yeah, that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Sounds like the sort of thing you could finish Rock Quiz with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there's been a lot of those over the years, a lot of those concerts over the years.
I think so, yeah. But I don't believe that they're what's included in this.
No good
in these covers.
No, because in general they're not that great. They get you going a bit at the beginning, but after about 10 minutes you're starting to drift off.
Yeah, where's the credits?
Drift off.
There are some great versions of this song. Of course, Warren Zevon's version, which it's so topical that he recorded it months before he died, and he knew he was on that fast track. And so he's knocking on heaven's door, and you can actually hear that in there.
He's another one that didn't get in. Or he might have redeemed himself enough to get in.
He might have. Yeah. We talked last week about how he...
how nice he was to his fans and stuff like that.
And that really goes a long way.
All right, let's put him in.
Yeah, I think he's up there. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, if there's a rock and roll heaven, different.
And boy, they got a hell of a band.
Ladysmith Black Bambazo. I know you're familiar with that version.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Funny about that because we've featured it quite a bit. And Guns N' Roses.
Did they do one?
Can't stand Axl Rose. He's whiny.
That's
fingernails on chalkboard.
That's a squealy version.
It is, yeah.
I don't like that version.
Yeah. But it's well known as well and famous. But there's been other versions by top musicians who we actually like.
Mm-hmm. Who you got?
Clapton.
Did he do it? Oh, yeah, of course he did, yes.
Yeah, he's done a version of it. Roger McGuinn from the Byrds, who had a long, not stellar, but long solo career. Mm-hmm. And he did this song in a folky sort of style.
Okay. I don't know that one, but anyway.
Television did it, yeah. It's a live version.
On Marquee Moon?
No, after. They had a couple of albums after Marquee Moon.
I'm only joking.
And I had to listen to that version. I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like you'd expect a television version to be.
Yep.
A bit astringent.
Sure.
Yeah. Tom Verlaine's voice, not really sure I'm going to get in, but
okay.
Knocking on heaven's door. The Sisters of Mercy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a deep voice of...
whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead.
Yes.
He did a couple of versions with different collaborators.
Did he?
Yes, it's quite... And Ferry, of course, on his 1997 album Dylan-esque. Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics.
Really? Dave Stewart?
Yes.
Okay.
He's actually quite talented on his own.
Right. Okay.
He was there, he and Annie Lennox together in the Eurythmics. That catches on the tongue well, doesn't it? But they had a lot of great stuff.
They
but
did.
put him by himself, he's a very talented musician, and he does this version.
Okay, that's interesting.
And believe it or not, Australia's own Cold Chisel. Can you imagine Barnes squealing, knocking on heaven's door?
I absolutely can.
Yeah.
knock it on. He did squeal it, I think, from memory.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Where was that on?
Part squealing, part shouting.
Where was that?
It's a live extra issue on something. I forget what it's issued
I'm sure
on.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've heard it.
And that one will be in the playlist.
Oh, good.
Of course, yeah.
Got to have Barnsley somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. He's
With the family.
He's my favourite.
With the family.
With the family, that's what you need.
Because they'll do the song, then they'll do a recipe, they'll do some sort of cooking.
Show you how to cook it up.
How do you cook it up? Say, knocking on heaven's door, we're knocking up, pasta tonight, and Mahalia's going to do the pasta, someone's going to do the sauce and that sort of stuff.
Well, it's funny you should mention Mahalia. I mentioned that just before last Christmas I went and saw Jesus Christ Superstar, and she was in it.
As did I.
As you did, indeed. And wasn't she good?
She was very good.
Very damn good.
Very good.
Given her provenance, I was amazed.
What a great version of the show it was. It was so good to follow that show up from 30, well, no, how long ago? When did we go and see
30
it
or
first?
40 years ago? Yeah.
No, longer. 50.
Not much longer. I'm much younger than you, Jeffrey.
In the 70s we saw it. 70s. Oh. So I'm saying close to 50 years since we've seen it live in the same theatre.
I would have gone in the stroller.
In the same theatre, in fact.
The same theatre. Isn't that hilarious?
In the same theatre.
Yeah.
And you think back to the classic dodecahedron that was there on the stage and all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, it was so good. So great to see it again, and such a great version. I really, really loved it.
Yeah, and Mahalia Barnes was a standout.
She was sensational.
Really, really very good.
She was
but anyway,
sensational.
Knocking on Heaven's Door, the most adventurous version that I've ever heard, and researching for this, I wasn't terribly familiar with it, is the one by Susie and the Banshees.
Really?
Another favourite of this program.
Yeah, really?
They mash up Knocking on Heaven's Door with the Lord's Prayer and Twist and Shout.
Now, is it Sister... what's her name's version of the Lord's Prayer? What's her name?
Janet Mead from South Australia.
Is it Janet Mead's version?
I couldn't tell you. By the time it went through Susie's voice box...
I would love to hear her do that.
Yeah,
song.
I think we'll put that one in the playlist as well.
Twist and shout?
Yeah, it's weird.
How does that work?
It's great, but weird. You know, you wouldn't think.
Our Father who twists and shouts, are you knocking on my heaven's door?
Yeah, if you like that, folks, that won't be in the playlist.
Okay, all right. You think that after someone's heard that, they may actually do that version?
I think it's possible.
Yep. All right, cool.
But maybe not.
Sister Janet Mead. Was she your auntie?
No, that was a different nun.
I thought all the nuns were your aunties. In the world.
Oh, right. Is that what it is? Right.
All the nuns in the world.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's move on. So you're not going to go through the list of all 300 songs, are you?
I don't think I will.
Okay.
I'll just put some highlights from the ones I mentioned there into the playlist.
Okay.
And break them up. I'll put them in through. So just when you think you're hearing a bit about Ozzy Osbourne, bang, then you'll hear Knocking on Heaven's Door.
So let's move on. John Michael Ozzy Osbourne, born 3rd of December 1948, passed away 22nd of July 2025. Probably as famous for his work as a reality TV star as his music.
I would suggest so. And I would suggest that a lot of people are familiar with his TV show and not his music.
I would suggest so too.
Yeah.
Because realistically his music was to a certain specific group of people who I would suggest to you were mostly men and probably mostly middle-aged.
Well, now, not then.
No. Yeah. But yeah, he was. I mean, we've known Ozzy for years as as a member of the band Black Sabbath. But his rise to fame as a reality TV show on MTV, probably one of the first true reality TV shows, apart from Sylvania Waters,
which not a big hit in either the UK or America.
However, in Australia, we had truly the first fly on the wall type program of a family disintegrating into craziness. Is filmed in Australia, and then MTV did this one with Ozzy and his family. Well, not all of his family, most of his family. One of his daughters didn't want to be in it, but there's Jack.
Who can blame her?
Oh, that's right. There's Sharon, Ozzy, Jack, and what was the girl's Kelly?
Kelly, I think so. Yeah,
I think it's Kelly. As they bumbled their way through life in various
bumbled their way through Aussie
through various stages of just incredible. Those kids were just fucking awful at that particular stage of their life.
They were, yeah.
And they've gone on to become kind of
household names, would you say?
Stars with themselves. Yeah. In fact, Jack climbed. I've got to think of it now. The peak at Yellowstone National Park. What's the El Capitan? He climbed that.
Oh wow!
Literally, it took him 2 days. You stay halfway up.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So anyway, so they went on to become, and they've had a podcast over the years. The whole family does a podcast, and yeah. So
talk about milking it.
Yeah, that's right. So obviously, Ozzy went on from Black Sabbath and created his own solo career, which was fairly successful, and indeed did some massive tours all by his little lonesome.
Yeah, he certainly did. He created the Blizzard of Oz whole concept, which is those touring heavy metal tours.
Used to have some, and he quite often had amazing musos on there.
He did
amazing musos. Well, because you can. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you can. Yeah. One guy was an Australian bloke, actually.
Who was that?
Can't think of his name.
Sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't. I really do wish you hadn't. But I heard him. I actually heard him interviewed on Australian radio talking about Ozzy, and because he'd written a lot of songs with Ozzy, particularly his first solo album.
Okay,
he wrote a lot of his songs with him there. But look, I've got a couple of little clips for you to have a listen to, Mick.
Excellent.
See what we can come up with here.
And what happened with Black Sabbath, we all ended up junkies and alcoholics and everything. In the end, disaster happens. It's inevitable to happen, disaster, because it's like drugs. They were okay at the time, but we outgrew them, you know. We just, you know, we took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time, but then we all just sort of it's not a very good idea anymore.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
Thanks, Ozzy. And he was fired from Black Sabbath in '79 for alcohol and drugs.
Because he was just a fucking fiend, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think his comments in that and other interviews as he went through his life were all a bit disingenuous. You know, they're all sort of, oh, poor me, everything's picking on me, everything's conspiring against me. Yeah. If I'd known it was real, I wouldn't have bit its head off.
It's a really interesting life, and watching some of the program there, you would assume that he's just a complete fucking nong, but you know he can't just be a complete fucking nong. I mean, Sharon clearly directed his life fairly closely.
He's a complete nong, but she's sharp as a tack. She's the edge. Him meeting and marrying Sharon Osbourne was what turned him from Ozzy Osbourne, junkie with a doom-laden band, to household name.
Yeah, I guess so. I used to love watching him try to make his television work. He was always... well, he could never get his fucking TV to work.
Yeah.
Which is just hilarious. But yeah, so... what was it? The bat? He bit the head off a bat?
It was a bat, yeah. If I'd known it was alive...
What else has he done that was stupid that you can remember?
Oh, how much time we got?
Oh, we'll give him a couple of minutes. I'll give you one other. This is... it's a good one.
A house in Beverly Hills, No, what's that place next to Bel Air?
Bel Air?
Bel Air.
The whole band?
Yeah, and we were writing Volume 4.
Okay.
And I'm in the fucking house, we've got a big bowl of coke and a big bowl of dope, dope. I'm in there, I'm thinking, fuck, it's really hot today. Fucking. So I go, oh, this must be the air conditioning buttons. So I press the fucking button. About 20 minutes later, fucking 6 cops come.
Oh my God, you pressed the alarm.
Come fucking screaming down the fucking. I'll go, it's a raid! So I'll grab
bowls of coke.
I'll get the coke. I'm going in the fucking toilet, lock the door. I'm going to dump it down the toilet. And I'm going, fuck, I can't do this. It's good coke. So I'm going to, this roadie called Frank, and I go, Frank, get your fucking spoon out. I'm a fucking banging it, I know.
Oh my God.
And we're like gacked up to the gills. And the door knocks, it's okay, I've gone.
No wonder Volume 4 was so
I never
good.
slept for about 5 days.
It's just a life I can't even understand.
Oh, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Yeah.
It's up for fucking 5 days. Anyway, yeah, that's Ozzy. Shall we move on?
I think we should. Yeah.
Let's see who else we've got now. Brian Wilson passed away in June 25. Give us a bit of a rundown on old Brian, mate.
Brian is another one who's a bit of a nutter. Yeah.
Was indeed.
But he was with his brother and cousins. He formed the Beach Boys, and the Beach Boys are your archetype American band. Again, mostly not my cup of tea. Although
not really.
I like a lot of the stuff on Pet Sounds.
Yeah,
but my life's not going to be that much poorer if I don't hear it again.
It's got a lot of critical acclaim, but. I guess some of it's because he always talks about how Paul McCartney reckons it was the best album he'd ever heard.
At the time, it probably was.
But yeah, and of course he was pretty interesting in the recording studio as well. But overall, this is another band, one of these bands where they lost control of their own music as time went on. They sort of all drifted away, and then someone decided to make Kokomo.
Oh, yeah, you can't forget that was Mike Love.
Yeah.
And he was the cousin, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes, a cousin.
The others quit the band.
Who ended up with the band, basically, and all the IP of the band.
Yes. So Brian had mental health issues, and so he went off for treatment.
Took a lot of LSD, I think, didn't he?
I think so, yes. Yeah. Dennis Wilson drowned.
That's right, I forgot all about that.
And, as you say, various members moved away from the band for one reason or other, permanently or non-permanently. And yes, Mike Love got control of it. And he'd always been the one pushing for a more commercial, sales-oriented approach to music.
Yeah.
Whereas Brian wanted to make music that mattered.
Yeah.
And Kokomo's the end result of that battle.
Yes.
Which is sad. I heard that on the radio the other day, and I thought, oh, God.
Yeah, why do we keep playing this song?
Oh, it's just, it really is, by any standards, it's awful.
Yeah, it's an awful song.
Yeah.
And to actually put the title of the Beach Boys on it is a criminal offence, and the person who does it should be locked up in jail.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of other great stuff. I was going to say particularly early, but the early is what there is. Brian Wilson.
The thing with Brian Wilson is that he actually survived as long as he did.
Yeah.
Because he's been fucked for years.
Oh, nutty as a fruitcake.
Nutty, can barely fucking walk, barely talk, and was still touring right up towards the very end. And I don't even know what a concert would have sounded like with him.
Yeah, I
couldn't sing.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
It's really quite extraordinary. Things like "In My Room," "God Only Knows," they're beautiful songs.
Yeah.
Good Vibration. The use of the theremin. Which is not even really a musical instrument. It's an experiment in electrical conductivity.
It's a piece of physics.
Yeah, that's right. So, they're lovely songs. They've got an unassailable place in the music genre and the music. Those songs are just beautiful songs that are lovely in the rock and roll firmament of lovely songs. His voice was lovely.
Yes.
Back at the time. And even the early stuff, they were from Midwest America and they're singing about the beach and they'd never bloody been there.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, really quite extraordinary, doing surf songs. And they moved on quickly from that. Pet Sounds really marked a place where Wilson said, I want to do something that matters. It's fun doing these songs, but they don't matter. They'll be gone tomorrow. They're throwaway stuff. Yeah, fun.
Daddy takes a T-bird away.
And that's all right. It's a nice song, but again, inconsequential.
Look, a great artist with a great legacy. So thank you, Brian, for everything you've done. Sly Stone passed away.
Yes.
In June, so from 43 to 25. Sly and the Family Stone were a major sort of funk, psychedelic, rock, bloody, whatever you want to call it, but very lively music.
Well, he did, and one of the things that Sly Stone did was he was one of those crossover. Crossover is a bad word because crossover has that connotation of sellout. He actually blended things, and paved the way for things like Prince and Living Colour, bands like that, by putting funky sounds with rock guitar.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of stuff. I want to take you higher, dance to the music. Everybody knows these songs. They come on, they go, it's bring a smile to your face type of music. He himself was a bit problematic, didn't mind a bit of chemical enhancement.
Let's just see if this works. Dick Cavett.
Free water for those who request it. Anyone else? Can I interest you in water? It's delicious. Mr. What do I call you, actually?
Just Mr.
Do you like the way
I don't know what you call me.
No, just whatever. It doesn't matter because it's only for means of identification. Whatever you say, man.
Well, but a person wants to be known by his name or something similar to it.
I can feel when you're talking to me. I don't care what you call me.
You're the first guest that's ever said that.
I don't feel like I'm a guest. You're a very fine host.
I don't make you feel like a guest?
No.
You don't feel you have to stay and help with the dishes or anything? See, it's nice to see you.
Anyways.
I must say, the clothes look so...
He's completely off his tits.
Off his tits, big time. He can barely fucking sit there.
Yeah, and he was renowned for that approach to life.
Yeah, no, but they had some great songs. It was like a family band. It really was a family too, wasn't it?
Yes, They Rosie Stone.
Yep.
When his sister.
Yep.
And that whole approach, there's something different. There was black music, and there was rock music, and folk music, and Peter, Paul, and Mary. And
oh yeah, okay, they're the three genres.
That's the genres, yeah, absolutely. And so before that, there was no blending of these, and as we said, some of those people that he influenced, some of the sounds that he was directly responsible for, appearing on the charts in the 70s and 80s, with that sort of music. He wrote increasingly wrote protest stuff, but it wasn't obvious protest, as in sort of burn down the jailhouse, that sort of thing. It was everyday people, which is. Love everyday people. Yeah. It was basically we're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't pick on this guy because he's black. Don't pick on this bloke because he's an Indian or whatever the category was. So it was that type of protest. It was, can't we all just get along?
Can we all just get along?
Yeah, I'm sure there was a song. There's a riot going on, which again was that blending of funk and a range of other styles, many of which were whiter, inverted commas, whiter, and that's what you needed to get on the radio in those days.
That's right. Otherwise, you'd be on the wrong radio stations, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. You recall we talked many years ago, but a few years ago, we talked about Michael Jackson, how Jacko broke the mould and got his music played on white stations, and that was the key. Yep. That was the key to his success. Sly Stone, by his longevity, by sticking around, by providing great music, was able to force his way into people's consciousness.
Yeah.
But no thanks to the radio.
But the thing is, though, you can't have music that sounds like it's by a black man.
You can't. Absolutely. Yeah, Michael Jackson's stuff wasn't.
No.
And this bloke, he was black because everybody knows it, but even changing his name to Sly Stone, even that's not a blackish name, right?
And, they look more like Casey and the Sunshine Band than a black band.
Absolutely. That's very, very good. That's very true. Yeah.
So
Anyway. And in fact, you could say that Sly Stone laid the groundwork to allow Casey and the Sunshine Band to be as popular and as big as they were at the time in the mid-70s.
So let's move on. I'll give you this one. So someone else that just died recently, a great stalwart of Australian music, and I've got him here on Rock Quiz, but Col Joye.
Col Joye. A little before my time, Mr. Joy, but he's certainly well regarded as a performer and as a promoter.
And yes, a great promoter of Australian acts, in fact.
Yes.
So he was always very approachable and helped many people to reach their potential in the Australian music industry. So thanks, Col. Well done, mate. We'll just move on from Col, but he was great.
Well, speaking of promoters, his brother was Kevin Jacobson.
Oh, of course. That's right. I did know that. Terry Jean Bollea.
He's one of my favourites. Only on the periphery of the music scene.
However, his last great claim to fame was being unable to rip his shirt off at the Trump convention. And we're talking about Hulk Hogan, who basically was a character, really.
A creation.
Yes, a creation. But apparently he played bass and actually sent a demo tape to Metallica to be their bass player.
How'd he go?
They can't find it. So he didn't get it. But I still remember because he was always just this world wrestling person. But I just still remember at the Trump conference just before the election, him trying to rip his T-shirt off and he couldn't rip it off because I think he got too old.
Yeah, well, that happens. Look, and world wrestling, WWE and WWF, was renowned for its use of rock music.
Yes.
and turning, as if wrestling wasn't already, turning it into an entertainment.
That's right.
Entertainment genre. And Hulk Hogan was a key player in that.
Absolutely. So he fits into the genre of rock hero almost, but he was a wrestler, not a rock hero. David Lynn Thomas.
Yeah, we've talked about him before, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I know that you can't abide him.
I can't fucking stand it.
And I think that's because you haven't heard very much.
Thank God.
Yeah. He was with a band called Perubu, who from Chicago, and they were sort of alternate sounds. They were happy to play with sort of unusual sounds, unusual effects,
yep.
Timing and key changes in their songs, but certainly not anybody's cup of tea, and not most people's cup of tea, and certainly never going to be played on the radio.
No.
I don't think they'd ever have a reality TV show about them.
No, I don't think so.
Come and meet the Perubus. I don't think that would happen.
Meet the Pers. No, but anyway, he passed away in April. So
he did, and there's one song which is really, really. They played with a lot of the people that we've talked about on this program. And I know you didn't want to talk much about him, but I think since we've mentioned him, he was well regarded in the whole Velvet Underground scene. Sure. Cale worked with them a lot, and in fact took them on tour.
Oh, right.
Right.
Okay.
So he's done a lot of that, and they did a great song called 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, which I will put in the playlist.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. We'll have a listen to that, everybody. James Lawrence Baker, well-known drummer with the Hoodoo Gurus, Beast Suburban, the Brovniks, and the Scientist.
Great haircut.
Great haircut. Looked like a drummer from the Hoodoo Gurus.
He did indeed.
Paul Richard Buckler, drummer for the Jam.
Yep.
Always thought that he was poorly done by as far as Well thought he was just a drummer, and there was a rhythm section and they can all get fucked. But he thought that he had more to offer the band, and was a little bit annoyed with Weller as the time went on. And I can imagine that's probably the case.
That's very true. I mean, Paul Weller, nice enough. Yeah, I like some of his stuff, but he got a big touch of the Pink Floyds, and came to believe that he was the only one in the Jam who had any musical talent, as you've said, and to the extent that the other two, Bruce Foxton and Paul Buckler, sued him.
That's right.
Where's our credit?
That's it. Because he tried to put some songs out with his own name on it, not without their name on it.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's really annoying when that happens. You can find lots of examples of that sort of thing, and it's as much ego as anything else. And there's no question that Paul Weller wrote the songs, and he was the personality of the band. But nonetheless, they had all these great songs with a great rhythm section. And that was these two guys.
One other I'll just talk briefly about. There's a lot here, but we won't get time to go through them all. Arthur Hamilton Stern, who wrote Cry Me a River.
Well, and Joe should be thanking. Well, Joe can't thank. Joe will meet him up there.
Joe will. And
Joe Cocker, by the way.
That's another one of those songs which has got a lot. I just did a quick Spotify search. I got to 150 versions of it, but there's probably a lot more of the Cry Me a River song. But I think Joe Cocker probably put a little bit of a stamp on it for himself, wouldn't you?
He did indeed, yeah. Cry Me a River is definitely a song that's associated with Joe Cocker because he just ripped it to bits.
Yep. Now, I'll just give you a bit of this one. I can't remember what it is. So Bob's Burgers.
What is that?
It's the cartoon show called Bob's Burgers.
Never seen it.
Yeah, it's another one of those sort of Simpsony type ones.
All right.
George Jan Kooymans, or Kooymans, how would you pronounce him? Kooymans?
Yeah.
Passed away, Dutch guitarist, vocalist, and obviously best known for the Dutch group Golden Earring, which had the single
Red I Love.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the album Moontan. Which we've talked about at some length.
And had a woman with breasts on the front cover.
But nothing else. Had little pasties on
little things on
the interesting bits.
Blue breasts, blue.
Yes,
she was blue. I think.
She was blue. Yes.
So yes, he's passed away. That happens. Chuck Mangione, famous flugelhorn player.
I don't like albums that don't have flugelhorns on them. Yeah, I know of Chuck Mangione, but he's not top of mind.
No. But what about this guy?
First you get down on your knees, fiddle with your rosaries, bow your head with great respect and
genuflect.
Tom
Lehrer.
Yeah.
With the pontiff, everybody say his own Kyrie eleison, doing the Vatican right.
Well known for his satirical songs. A mathematician, in fact, and did this little jaunt into satirical music, but really spent most of his life as a mathematician at university teaching mathematics.
As you would.
Very
smart. His humour is very, we mentioned earlier about how smart people are to come up with these, sort of witty little summaries of political situations. He is most known for songs and poetry and monologues about what was happening in the world, and very, very clever stuff.
Yeah, very clever. I'll just do two more, I think, Mick. Two more. Who was number 8 on the world's greatest teen idol list? That's right.
I don't know, Jeff. Why don't you tell us?
Bobby Sherman.
What? Have you seen pictures of Bobby Sherman?
Yeah, he was a good looker.
He was a good-looking bloke, but so typical.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Conservative hair, Mr. Bobby Brady without curls.
That's in fact, he looked like a Brady.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like a Brady. In fact, and the interesting thing, he had 107 songs, 23 singles, 10 albums between 62 and 76, and left it all and became a paramedic. And actually worked as a paramedic, and also he became a mayor and worked in that for most of his life.
Isn't that cool? I love that.
It's great.
Because the music scene that he was in was very much Teen Idol.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. Full on. And he just thought, no, fuck this, I'll go and do something a little bit more important, which is great. I'll give you one more to finish off with, Mick, David Johansen.
David Johansen.
Tell me about it.
New York Dolls.
Indeed.
Yeah. From a band who was renowned. Well, he's dead, so he can go and see all of his bandmates.
He can.
Who died many, many years ago. The New York Dolls were leaders in the US side of the punk revolution. New York Dolls were key influences of many of the punk bands in the UK.
Indeed.
The Pistols loved them.
Pistols.
Yep. In fact, the Velvet Underground and Lou Reed loved that. So Bowie, loved the New York Dolls, and lots of other bands in between. David Johansen, a very distinctive looking character with a big square face. He actually probably, if you're not into their sound, you probably know him more from the second Ghostbusters movie where he played a ghostly cab driver.
I did not know he did that.
Yeah, it was one of those little star turns. Yeah, where he didn't. I don't think he needed the work, but he said, wouldn't that be cool to be in a movie like that?
And he also played Scrooge, I think, in something, I don't know what, but he worked under the pseudonym of Buster Poindexter.
Oh, of course he did. Yes.
So yeah, he was the ghost of Christmas Past, I believe, in Scrooge.
Absolutely.
I don't know which one, where it was, or anything like that. But yeah, a pretty interesting career. A great band. And on that note, I think we might call it quits, old son.
And we'll wish them all good luck on getting into heaven.
Well, that's right. That's a very good point. Let's hope they don't have to just keep knocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And if you like this, tell your friends about us. Also, contact us at mickandthefatman@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks very much. See you next time.